Hello, welcome to my Lifestyle Chaff Chat channel. So let's get into this video. So this is part 4 of Nuisance Neighbours. Being a targeted individual, being gangstalked and harassed by staff and nuisance neighbours. So I've been talking about my previous experience of when I moved into a high-rise flat in Wolverhampton. And I was talking about some Jamaican dread who was a security guard on the door, on the reception downstairs, because there's about 20 floors, and as you go in through the main entrance doors, there's a reception desk right there. The security guards sit behind and they've got all the cameras. So, and they are on like a rota shift basis. So sometimes this Jamaican dread was on shift. Okay, and what I want to say is, if you're a person who gets easily upset by information of an explicit, intimate or disturbing nature, then don't continue to watch this video. So, so I was living at this high-rise and talking about harassment. Okay, after a while, sometimes when this Jamaican dread, when he was on the door, when he was on shift, every single time I would come out of the flat, because I have to pass the reception. You have to pass the reception each time you go in or out the high-rise block. So every time I went out and he was on shift and I would pass him, there was a point where he would pull like a funny face, or he would do something like this, you know, or he'd go like, and I'll just call it like a sex face, okay, because what I noticed was, after a while, in my own personal space of my flat, if I was getting intimate, I noticed there was a coincidental time when he would do this. So for example, if I was like intimate the night before and then the next morning I had to go downstairs, he would like be, I'd just call it the sex face. He was doing like the sex face, like this, or he would go like this to me, like every single time I would go in and out the block. Okay, and I'm sure, many women, like, this is the things that, we have to put up with. Probably not only women this day and age, men experience this sort of thing as well, and there's one thing, having a joke, having a laugh. There's another thing called banter, and there's another thing where having a laugh and a joke and banter gets to the point where it becomes harassment, or abuse, okay, and that's what I would call it. I always think, if somebody does something once, okay, it's funny, okay, but when they continually keep doing the same nonsensical behaviour, that to me is where it's verging on, bordering on, or becoming harassment, okay. Like, I'm not a prudish person, okay. I can have a laugh, I can have a joke, I can laugh at myself, but as I said, when a behaviour towards yourself, nonsensical behaviour towards yourself, just becomes repetitive and continual, that is what I would call harassment, okay. And I don't know why he was doing this, okay, but the effect of this, as well as other things, was, I just think, to give me the feeling of being intimidated and feeling like feeling shameful of my sexuality, or if I was being intimate, with my partner, and just like a feeling of being watched, especially when you're in your most private moment, when you're in your bed, or when you're getting it on, with your intimate personal partner, okay. That was the effect of it. And the thing is, when these perpetrators, when these harassers, when they do these nonsensical behaviours, okay, when you're like feeling as if you're being a target, what they do is it's not the behaviour alone, okay, that they display that disturbs you, okay. It's the timing of their behaviour, okay, that makes it you know, it makes it for the target to feel susceptible that they're being a target, okay. It's the timing, the way they do these behaviours towards you. They'll usually do it when, you know, there's nobody else around, so it's just very directly towards yourself, okay. Yeah, and it's usually in combination with other things that either they will be doing or other perps will be doing as well at the same time or within the same period. So, for example, along with these funny faces he would pull, like every time I'd be going past the reception area, sometimes when I'd be in the lift, I'd either be by myself or I'd be with my significant other at the time, and some of the other residents, they'd be having like clever conversation about some sexual video that they'd been watching, almost as if it was like they were watching porn, or but it wasn't porn, or as if they'd been watching like some people the night before, like, you know, getting it on and talking all about it and laughing all about it and being, oh yeah, did you see that bit, and did you see that, oh yeah, oh my gosh man, did you see this, yeah, talking about it like this, which again was just giving me the feeling like they had access to some CCTV footage, yeah, and it's almost like in clever conversation that they were letting me know, okay. So there was all this sort of thing going on, okay. And another thing this dread would be doing sometimes, he'd have his mobile phone, and as I said, when I'd walk past, he'd be like, oh, come here, look at this, and he'd be showing me things on his phone. And on this one occasion, he showed me, it was a black person, like a black woman, and it looked like to me like somebody maybe like African or like Somalian or something like this, and they were lying down somewhere. I think it was, to be honest, like this was quite a long time ago, so I can't remember all the details, but they looked like they were lying down like in some kind of manufacturing place, or I don't know, not a hospital, but I don't know, something like this. Yeah, so they were lying, and in the video you could just see like this part of their face, and all maggots, right? Loads and loads of maggots, right? Were just crawling and crawling out of their ear, okay? And the name of the person who sent him this video was Marcia, like my name, Marcia. And you know, I really haven't got time for all of this, like I don't know what you'd call it, yeah. So, you know, when these things are happening, you know, you're busy just going about your own daily activity, okay? So, you kind of like, you're registering what the person's showing you, what the person's doing, but at the same time, you know, you're just letting it, just like when someone's talking, okay, and you're busy, you know, you're not quite attentive at that time, you're kind of letting one thing go in one ear and straight out the other ear, okay? I was just in that kind of mode, okay, because he's showing me this while I'm on my way to work or whatever I was doing, to college or whatever the hell I was doing, okay? So it wasn't really pressing on my mind, you know, at the time. But as I said, as these incidences start to gather up, I just started to take a step back and think, hold on, I don't know what's going on here, but I don't like these kind of interactions that I'm having. And I ended up complaining, actually, about the housing association. I sent an email to, I don't know, some like operational manager of the housing association. They were called Sanctuary Housing Association. Yeah, I sent an email, and I complained about all these behaviours that I was experiencing, because when I sat down to think about it, I was like, okay, if I was in Birmingham somewhere, say for example in a hotel, and the reception person, the concierge person on the door is showing me something as like disturbing video like this, I'm sure that's like a breach of their position. I'm sure somebody could get actually sacked for that, because they're on their job. They shouldn't be showing residents such disturbing explicit content on the video while you're working. Okay, so I thought, this is not on, I'm just going to complain. So like I said, I sent an email, I complained about that, as well as other incidences that I was experiencing from the concierge staff, from the reception staff. And also around this time, like I said, I was experiencing a lot of noise disturbance from the other residents, and multiple things: the bugs, bug infestation, the noise disturbance, this harassing behaviour from the concierge. I just said, you know what, I'm going to put it all in an email and complain to the housing association manager, and also I'm going to phone the police and tell them about it as well. And so I ended up phoning 101, which is the it's like the local police, that you phone for non-criminal incidences. At least you can get a log number. So I did that, got my log number. What's the matter with you? So you can see, right, I got a log number from 101, and I called Environmental Services, which is the department in council. I phoned them and I told them about it as well. And not one of them, the police weren't bothered. The Environmental Services from the council, they weren't bothered. And basically, like, nobody was bothered. Okay, so these are the things that, as I said, not only just women, but if you're being gangstalked or targeted or harassed, you're experiencing harassment from like nosy neighbours. These are the kind of things that you have to put up with, and there's no line of support. You're just having to deal with it yourself. And then the way, as I said, the way that these perpetrators, when they are doing this harassment towards yourself, it's very personalised, it's very direct towards yourself. So that you have little proof, you have little evidence. So even if you approach any authority, there's very little that they can do about it. And like I said, it's very much, it's not just what they do alone. It's very much the timing and the way they display these behaviours towards yourself. So, for example, I've got a neighbour here, and he's very much the same way. Where I was in a seminar 2 or 3 days ago, and in seminar the talk was all about gender identity, and part of the topic of discussion was about when people are having trans surgery, and when men have to put a binder, they call it, and bandage themselves up around their abdomen or around their breast area, okay, to get a more feminised body. And talking about bandages and binding. And when I got home, I have 2 neighbours here. One of them I don't mind so much, and the other one I've mentioned him many times before, because he's basically he's like this as well. Okay, he's just on my case. I think it's him who keeps coming in my flat and tampering with my stuff. But there's 2 of them, and usually when I get back into my area, the one of them, he'll be sort of like a couple of yards from the stairway area where I have to come up to go home. So it's like he'll be sort of like downstairs, and then the other one will be coming out of his flat. Okay, so I have to meet and greet the both of them as I'm coming home. So as I said, the one of them, he was downstairs. Hello. I'm coming upstairs. Then as he's coming downstairs, I'm coming up the stairs and he's coming downstairs. And he's got like, he's bandaged, like his 2 fingers. I don't say hello to him because he knows I don't like him. So he's got like a bandage around his finger, like, and he's standing there like at the top of the stairs, you know. The way they behave, you know, is just like conspicuously inconspicuous, you know, and auspicious and all of this, you know, like, what do you call it? Or like anonymous, you know, they're just behaving like this, and they'll be like, they'll stand there like this, you know, the way they behave, you know. So, you know, this kind of stupid thing that they do, you know, and you just have to basically ignore. But that's part 4 of this video, and part 5, 6 and 7 is going to be on its way. So, yeah, where I'll be continuing my video about nuisance neighbours, being a targeted individual, being gangstalked and harassed by staff members and nuisance neighbours alike. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and share this video to any of your friends or family members that can tune in and watch as well. See you later. Bye bye.